Good afternoon and welcome back to TMNtv News. I'm Kerrigan Hunn and the date is December 5th, 2022. Today is our last show of the semester and we've got everything from local, state, and national news to cover. Last December, a major dust storm blew through Kansas and the rest of the Midwest, causing power outages and structural damages. Just 2 months ago, another windy and dusty day caused multiple wildfires. And last Friday, we were struck by yet another storm. While the storm was headed east, entering Kansas from Colorado, this was the view of our sports broadcast team as they traveled west on I-70 to Quinter High School. As you can see, visibility was very limited. According to KWCH, the wall of dust could have been seen from space. Along with the dust came a cold front as well. Here in Hays, the temperature dropped from 76 degrees around 3 p.m. to 42 degrees around 6 p.m. And in politics, 4 weeks have passed since the midterm elections, and the Senate election in Georgia is finally going to be decided tomorrow. Because neither incumbent Raphael Warnock or Herschel Walker were able to reach the 50% of the votes on November 8th, the race has gone to a runoff. Early voting for tomorrow's election ended on Friday, and according to NBC News, more than 1.85 million Georgians have already casted their vote. In addition to this record-breaking turnout, 76,000 of those early voters are people who did not participate in the November 8th election. NBC News reports that Warnock currently holds a slight lead. A Democrat, Warnock's win could extend his party's slight lead in control of the Senate. If Walker won, that would make it an even 50 Democrats and 50 Republicans. However, Democrats would still hold a majority with Vice President Kamala Harris tie breaking the vote. And speaking of the Senate, it recently passed the Respect for Marriage Act, which codifies same-sex and interracial marriages. It is expected that the bill will pass in the House with no trouble. The bill was originally passed in the House this summer after the Supreme Court overruled Roe v. Wade and decided that the right to abortion is non-constitutional. As Judge Clarence Thomas pointed out, Obergefell v. Hodges, which legalized same-sex marriage, rests on the same legal principles that Roe did. According to NPR, this concerned Democrats and marriage advocates, prompting the bill. Some amendments were made by the Senate and will now go back to the House for a final approval before it goes to President Biden. Moving into some local news, the annual Marines Toys for Tots campaign is here in Ellis County until this Saturday. According to local coordinator Dan Dishner, the campaign is a great way to help families and children in need. There are 6 drop-off boxes in different locations here in Hays, as well as any of the Catholic churches. Toys donated to these locations will go to children throughout Ellis County and throughout all of Northwest Kansas. Even if you can't donate a toy, you can still help out by donating money. Donations can be made out to the Ellis County Toys for Tots website. Toys will be handed out on December 17th at the Big Creek Crossing Mall. It is noted that all toys donated should be new and unwrapped. As the holidays roll around, it's always important to be safe, and that includes the safety of your pets. From Money Talk News, here's everything you can and can't feed your dog while enjoying a holiday meal. We hope that information was helpful for these holidays. And in weather, temperatures will remain pretty consistent throughout the week with highs in the mid to upper 40s. The warmest day of the week is today with a high of 51 degrees and a low of 20 degrees. Rain is in the forecast for this Thursday with rain showers expected throughout the day. Saturday will be the coldest day of the week with a high of 46 degrees and a low of 31. As always, to stay up to date with this forecast, visit kwch.com. And after this break, we'll have Caden Sanders and Reagan Neufeld with sports.
When you transfer to Fort Hays State University, you discover unmatched affordability, convenience, and powerfully supportive faculty and staff, all with a determination that matches yours. Complete your degree and leap forward in your life and career with Fort Hays State University Online, the best value in education anywhere.
Teachers today are finding new ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back. I'm Caden Sanders.
And I'm Reagan Neufeld.
At this point in the year, fall sports are coming to a close across NCAA Division II, and winter sports are in effect. A few FHSU programs have had solid starts to the winter season.
Both basketball teams took on Northeastern State and Rogers State to start the MIAA schedule. Neither opponent was much of a challenge for the women's team. Fort Hays beat the Riverhawks 88-52 on Thursday and beat the Hillcats 84-42 on Saturday. Sophomores Olivia Hollenbeck and Katie Wagner were the top two scorers in both games, combining for 33 and 44 points respectively during the weekend. Hollenbeck tallied her 100th career block in the game against Rogers State. Megan Ernie got in on the action on Saturday as well, scoring 12 points, all of which came from three-pointers in the last few minutes of the game. The Tigers are now 6-3 overall and take on Missouri Western this Saturday.
While the women's basketball team cruised to their wins in its first two games of the MIAA season, the men's team was in two dogfights in their conference openers. Reagan, how did the team do in those matchups?
Well, like you said, Caden, or you described it pretty well. On Thursday, it took 22 lead changes, 15 ties, and an overtime for Fort Hays to beat the Riverhawks 96-87. Caleb Hammocky scored a career-high 36 points, followed by Beatney Jansson and Gabe Pichol, who each had 15, and Trajan Davis, who had 11. Saturday's game with the Hillcats was a physical matchup, but the Tigers managed a 65-55 victory. Hammocky was again the leading scorer with 23 points, and Elijah Nanabu hit some big shots to finish with 15. The men's team is also back in action next Saturday afternoon to take on the Griffins.
The wrestling team competed in a double duel in Golden, Colorado this past Friday for a pair of non-conference matchups against San Francisco State and Colorado School of Mines. For the Tigers, they had a few winners in both duels as Mason Turner of 133, Cade Lindsley of 174, and the fourth-ranked wrestler in the 197 weight class, Terrius Henry, won both of their matchups. But the Tigers did not pick up their first team win of the season as they now drop to 0-3 in dual action. The Tigers will host the Bob Smith Open this Sunday at Gross Memorial Coliseum. Like I mentioned earlier, fall sports have come to a close for the most part for Division II. There was one Tiger who earned an honor to compete for a national title.
After placing 15th at the Central Region race, Reagan Hodgson earned All-American status at the national race last Friday. Finishing with a time of 21 minutes, 20.8 seconds, Hodgson placed 40th out of 263 competitors. The accolade is Hodgson's third of the season, after finishing with both all MIAA and all region honors as well.
That's all we have for this week for Tiger Athletics. To stay up to date with all Fort Hays sports news, go to tigermedianet.com. Before Katie tells us what the plans people have for the holidays, their favorite foods and movies are, here's a look at this week's upcoming sporting events.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Get Cultured with Katie. Today we're walking around campus and asking some people the questions about the holidays. What is your name?
My name's Allie Colwell.
And Allie, what are your plans over winter break?
I'm gonna go back home to Colorado and just hang out with my family.
Perfect. Wait, tell me your name.
I'm Nathan Hoy.
And Nathan, what is your favorite Christmas tradition?
Typically what we do for Christmas is we just go to my grandparents' house. We just like hop between my grandparents' house for Christmas.
Perfect, thank you. We're here with Jared and Tyler, and you guys, what is your favorite holiday food?
Favorite holiday food would be ham and home-cooked mashed potatoes and gravy.
Okay.
Mashed potatoes and gravy or some green bean casserole. Oasis is fine.
Perfect, thank you.
Hey, I'm Maddie Matthews.
And Maddie, who is your favorite Christmas character?
I'd have to say Buddy the Elf. He's iconic.
That's a good one. I'm here with Hugo Perez. He is the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Fort Hays. And Hugo, what do you think is the most underrated Christmas movie?
You know, for it being underrated, it's actually my favorite Christmas movie is Love Actually.
I've never heard
of it. Here's the thing, it's been seen over 3 billion times or not, but it's a British movie. So that's
there
pretty
you
cool.
go. Add it to your list. Okay, I'm here with...
My name is Ryan Grasser.
And Ryan, what do you think is the most overrated Christmas movie?
Most overrated Christmas movie, contrary to popular belief, I believe it is The Christmas Story. Granted, yes, you know, people say it's a classic, but it just doesn't really do anything for me. Like, you know, Christmas Vacation, now that's a classic Christmas movie.
Perfect, thank you.
Hi, my name is John Armstrong, Director of Admissions at the Fort, and my favorite Christmas song is We Wish You a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Woo!
Teachers today are finding new ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
know you'll love what you see here on our campus in Hayes, America.
With over 200 academic programs, small classroom sizes, and a 96% success rate, we will make sure you get the tools you need to succeed.
We are proud to offer you 120 clubs and student organizations, over 300 different intramural activities, and countless other ways to get involved here on campus.
As the most affordable four-year institution in the entire state, we are excited to offer you the best value in education anywhere. Not to mention our robust scholarship programs to help minimize that stress of paying for college.
We hope you enjoyed Tiger Nation, and we can't wait for you to see yourself here.
Welcome back. Holiday events have already hit campus and the community. Here's a look back at what took place last week. Tuesday was the annual Plymouth Schoolhouse Open House, held every year around the holidays. This event allows people to explore the one-room schoolhouse here on campus. While enjoying refreshments, the schoolhouse was built in 1874 and served the Plymouth Township community located near Wilson, Kansas. In 1979, the building was moved to campus by Phi Delta Kappa in order to honor the educational history of the era. Dean of the College of Education, Paul Adams, spoke about why he likes hosting this event.
You know, one of the greatest things about doing this event is hearing from people who go, when I went to school in a one-room schoolhouse. And you know, we've had folks come in and they'll talk about their experience either teaching in a one-room schoolhouse, because we still have some folks that have done that, or went to a one-room schoolhouse, and listening to them share their story. The other thing is watching some of the younger folks that are here that maybe have never been in a one-room schoolhouse and trying to help them understand that, you know, this was everybody. This was your whole school. Where was the custodian? Well, you know, the teacher was in charge of this. Where is the central heat? Right there. Where's the water? Well, there's a creek over there. The bathroom? Well, there's a tree over there. You know, but and those are programs that we do during the year. So it's a combination of sharing our history and also hearing the living history of the people who experienced something like this in their life.
More information about this event and the schoolhouse can be found on tigermedianet.com. Also on Tuesday was the annual tree lighting ceremony. Event goers were welcomed with carolers as they walked into Beach Schmidt Auditorium. Coffee and hot chocolate were provided by Breathe Coffee House. After a speech by University President Tisa Mason, students and family had the opportunity to take a picture with Santa. Students that did take a picture with Santa got a free t-shirt. Although 2 of the trees by the spotlight blew down, 2 more trees were planted in their place. More information about the tree lighting ceremony can be found on tigermedianet.com. And creativity was on full display throughout downtown Hayes for the Winter Art Walk. Locations included places like the Art Center, Studio 809, Regina's Flowers, and more. Entries came from local artists such as students from Hayes High and Fort Hayes. In addition to these entries, photos entered in the 39th Annual 5-State Photography Competition were also available for viewing. This part of the day brought in visitors from all over the state. 2 new exhibitions opened up on campus during the Art Walk as well. Open now until the 16th, a thesis exhibition in painting is on display in the Moss Thorns Gallery of Art. There is also a BFA photo exhibition on display in the atrium. This will be in the art building until the 14th. And that is a wrap on today's TMNtv News. To stay up to date with local, state, and national news, visit tigermedianet.com, as well as our social media pages. We will not be airing next week, so have good luck on finals and have happy holidays. Thank you for watching. I'm Kerrigan Hutton, and we'll see you in 2023.